So over the years, I have heard people refer to solution-focused brief therapy as kind of a superficial approach. And I've never really understood that, because I think solution-focused brief therapy is an approach with incredible depth to it, and an approach that is capable of taking the clients to incredible, deep places in their thinking and in their capacity to change, just as deep as, the approach is known for being deep, like psychoanalysis or CBT or whatever. And because people think of solution-focused brief therapy as a superficial approach, one of the things that I'm often asked is people will ask me, so how do you make your questions not be superficial? Because sometimes we're doing a detailed prescription, like what's a part of solution-focused brief therapy. How do I ask questions that produce meaningful change or meaningful responses, so that I don't feel like I'm just asking questions, or the client doesn't feel like they're just describing things for describing things' sake. So here's a suggestion on how to make sure you're asking questions that are meaningful and impactful in the client's life. So when you're asking clients questions, you want to make sure you're doing two things. Number one, you're attaching the description to their preferred outcome, to their desired outcome. So if I'm working with a client and I say, what are your best hopes from our talking? And the client says, I want to be happier, then we're describing a world in which they are happier. And we're being very specific and sticking to that language, the language of happier, because that's the language they gave us, and it always connects the desired outcome description to the actual desired outcome, so we don't deviate. The second thing is to make sure that I'm putting impactful and meaningful information in my questions as I go. So for example, if a client tells me that that their relationship with their oldest child is strained, but they love their oldest child very much, and they really wish it could be better. And I say, suppose you wake up on a day and you are happier, what's the first thing you would notice? It's a good question. It's a solution-focused question. It's a question that will make sense to the client, so on and so on. But if I say, suppose you wake up on a day when you were happier, and the type of happiness that even your oldest daughter, while things are strained, would notice. Do you see how that takes the relationship that's meaningful to them and it puts it in the question? So the description comes from this deeper place that's connected to their desired outcomes in a kind of emotional way. And that way you always ensure that you're talking to your client's heart, that you're talking to your client's soul, that you're talking to the part of your client that really, really wants to get better and not be stuck in the problem. And it helps ensure that your questions, you're not just doing description for description's sake. So go off and practice. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please leave me a comment. I love interacting with people who watch my blog. This past weekend, I was in Frankfurt, Germany, and I met dozens of people who watch my blog, and it really touched me. So please, if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below, share it on your social media pages, contact me about it. And if you're watching this video in any other place other than my website, elliottconnie.com, shoot on over there. I've got tons of free solution-focused resources that will help you build your solution-focused skills. Thank you for checking me out. Salute.